always say that people that we don't know about, they're not public, are very powerful, right? I
Yeah.
don't know if you know this. One of Prince William's godfathers, okay, one of William's godfather, which is Lawrence Vanderpost, was one of the most influential people in Prince Charles' lives. He literally had his ear. He is a notorious PDF. After he died peacefully in London, it came out that he had fathered a child, with a 14-year-old child, which means that she was 14 by the time the baby was born, but he had started abusing her way before. And apparently he had done this to many, many young children, girl children. And he is the godfather of William. His
Oh,
name is,
wow.
he's a South African author, Lawrence Vanderpost, dies in London.
Mhm.
And as it says, in recent years, he was known as Prince Charles' spiritual guru and helped to develop his interest in alternative lifestyles and non-Christian religions. He was
Mm.
godfather to Prince William, the eldest son of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. He was reported to have more influence over the prince than any other person in his circle. He was also close
Mm.
to the former Prime Minister, Mrs. Margaret Thatcher. A spokesperson for Prince Charles said, His Royal Highness is very saddened by the death of Lawrence Vanderpost, who has been a dear friend for a very long time. This man has been surrounding himself by pedophiles. Let's not forget Jimmy Savile. Did you know that he wanted Jimmy Savile to be Prince Harry's godfather and Princess Diana said no?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. You know, to me, Paula, what it is we know there's a lot of evil in the world, a lot of evil. This is just one of many different types of evils in the world. Uh, it gets even worse than this. I mean, I know that's hard to believe, but it does. It gets much worse. Things that you could not even imagine. And I think it is slowly starting to come to light because what they say is as the light gets brighter, more is revealed. And we're in the age of technology, we're in the age of information. And so much more is being exposed and opened up to the masses. And so this is like the beginning of a lot of other things that are going to start to be revealed. That's how I see it. So we've known about all of these things happening for years. Like you working in with the as a diplomat have seen things. The things that you told me about, Paula, I remember from a couple of years ago. I had never even, I couldn't even fathom what you were saying to me. Like that was so freaking shocking to me that was going on. Like the things you have seen, right?
Yeah, that's why I
Think
quit
about it.
though.
The things that you have
That's
told
why
me
I
about
quit.
with the girl. The things you told me about, yes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like everyone knowing about these stories like on a big global scale?
The things they
Think about
discredit you, and
yes. Yeah.
this is why I quit, because I just saw so many things and I'm like, I couldn't stomach them, Pat.
I
I don't
know. I
understand
couldn't
how
stomach
people could
hearing
go
about
day
it.
in and day out.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But what do you make
Mm.
of this? Did you see the email with Sarah Ferguson sent to Epstein saying that she was waiting for Beatrice to come back from her shagging weekend?
Yeah, I saw that, but to address this picture. So when you look at this picture, what first is so shocking to me is the look of somewhat glee on Andrew's face. The position that he is in, clearly high out of his mind. Something is going on. And the girl is so tiny in frame. Is this a minor?
It
The
looked
way
like it.
she
It
is
looked
even
like it because
dying.
I would say that she's in her 14, 15 max.
prepudescent. Yeah, I think she is. I don't know. The way she's lying looks like she's almost passed out, because that just seems like such an awkward way of just lying. And Andrew looks so gleeful and ready to be a predator. And it's just so vile and disgusting. And I can only imagine that William has known about these things. They've seen these things and the other things that are going to come out way before now. And so I think what has happened to Andrew, it should have happened a long time ago. But the fact that it has happened, I think it kind of shows that the royals have moved in on a problem before the public knew about all of this.
This is shocking, because this is one of the things I never understand, Pat. There he is on horseback riding after the files. It's like nothing to see here, folks. Just keep it going, keep it going.
Yeah, why can't he just go in a room and just shut the door and never come out? Why are you trying to even show yourself?
Look at him with that picture, Pat. Look how he's over the girl. Look how he's over the girl, touching her, and
yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, Paula, it just plays to what my experiences were in Hollywood when I was a very young girl. It was so upsetting to me how much people were so invested in just lewd acts with young girls, like the experiences that I had. And it's not even to this point, it speaks to how a lot of these predators are. It's just so disgusting. And I am just at a loss around just the horrible things that happen to young girls. This is why education.
I have to ask you this, because maybe you can put it into perspective for all of us. Because for the life of me, he knows that if he goes out riding, he's going to be photographed. For the life of me,
it's a setup.
Yeah, this is just now the day after the files are released. He goes out laughing without a care in the world.
Because he's a spoiled, rotten, entitled, disgusting, arrogant jerk of a man.
Yeah, but it is. I got to tell you, to me, it's like he knows nothing is going to happen to him.
Entitlement, yeah.
But no, because why isn't the police has officially come out, and I'm sure the police has had these records, because I'm sure that the UK police got these records, and they have officially said that they're not going to investigate anything.
Yeah, well, when you're at this level of, I guess, privilege, that's what happens. That's what happens.
Yeah, but privilege at certain point. And then I saw Charles today. People were running a race, and he's waving and laughing at it. And I don't know what's going on here, because Charles has been surrounded by PDF, Lord Mountbatten, Lord Mountbatten, his mentor. Lord Mountbatten, yeah. Pat, just in case people don't know, Lord Mountbatten, and these are four that we can count on. First, we have Prince William's godfather, who is, after he passed, there's so many things that were found out, right? We have Peter Ball, that Charles, the reason why Peter Ball wasn't properly investigated for years, which allowed him to violate more children, was because Charles was rallying behind him, and he was writing letters to Scotland Yard and the Met Police not to investigate him, that these people accusing him were monsters. And then he was giving him cash, and he gave him a home in the Duchy of Cornwall, that, when he was Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, for him and his twin brother to come and live. This is Lauren Vander Post. That's William's godfather.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he was from South Africa, right? And then Lord Mountbatten sexually abused children from notorious Belfast boys' home. for years. They could not be older than 7 years old. And these boys would disappear, Pat. So we have Lauren Vanderpost, Jimmy Savile, what's this, Lord Mountbatten, and Peter Ball. Just 4 of the ones that we know of.
Right. Those are the ones we know of. Think of all the no-name people in these people's circle that we don't know about, because this doesn't happen isolated. This is a network of people in their circle, friends of their friends.
And look at this, Pat. This is something I wanted to ask you, because this is really weird. Look at Andrew there with the girl. The girl is clearly passed out.
Yeah.
Please be aware that these are very strong images. If you guys feel triggered by this, please check out, okay? Because this is quite brutal what we're witnessing, okay? So this is Andrew without shoes, and clearly this poor girl is passed out. There she started to wake up, apparently there. But this table is really weird, the tablecloth.
Yeah. That looks like a ceremonial cloth of some sort.
That's what I wanted to ask you, because it looks really weird. Look at all the towels and everything there. But this is like a really weird cloth, almost like, you know what I mean? And it's a long table.
Yeah. It seems like that table is used in some kind of ritual, is what I'm assuming.
Yes, Pat. It is. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen to Andrew? Do you think there's a way back for him?
Heck to the freaky no. No way. The man is done. He's been done. This just solidified his doneness. It just said, oh, okay, yeah, you done. You're really done.
Then how is he going like that, though? How is he going out on like that, Pat? I don't get it.
Like, this man should be so ashamed to show his face. And what I don't understand is, how could you not even try to make right by showing some kind of remorse for your association for this man? It's like he says he hasn't done anything. Okay, clearly we can see that's a lie. Right? But why couldn't you at least show some sympathy to the girls? There was never an apology. There was never a donation to an organization that supports women who have been essayed. There's been no kind of like sorry for just the association of Epstein. Like, why has this man done absolutely nothing to show that he is regretful for something?
The way I look at it, I don't know. The way I look at it is like he feels protected.
Obviously, yeah.
Please be aware that the things that we're sharing are quite strong. Have more to show here with Sarah Ferguson thanking Epstein for being the brother I have always wished for, and invited him to Andrew's 50th birthday at St. James Palace. New emails show. Okay, so this is let me read you what Fergie says for you too. I have never been more touched by a friend's kindness than your compliment to me in front of my girls. Thank you, Jeffrey, for being the brother I have always wished for. Miss Ferguson also described him as a legend and said, I am so proud of you. Keep in mind, he had already been convicted in separate emails sent in November of that year. Meanwhile, other documents released by the U.S. Department of Justice today show Ms. Ferguson invited Epstein to Andrew's 50th birthday party at St. James Palace in February 2010. The email read, Beatrice, Eugenie, and I would love to invite you to celebrate the 50 years of Papa Andrew. It will be on February 26, 2010, from 7:30 p.m. for drinks and for 8:30 p.m. for dinner at St. James Palace, London. It will be suits and cocktail dresses. And you know me, mysterious mischief. So bring your presents, and your humor. It is really interesting that she uses the word mischief, because let's not forget that Harry was accused of having a Mr. Mischief account.
That's right. He was. That's right.
And
One of his
here, look at
accounts.
this. This is why she's so happy about him, Pat. I don't know if you read this email yet. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. I had the best discussion with Target on Friday, and they want desperately the whole Mother's Army project. They also want to get behind my entire Sarah Ferguson brand books. Tommy Hilfiger wants to build my entire apparel, fragrance, etc. brand and sell it on QVC. NBC want my Mother's Army TV show. Ben Silverman wants it. So too does Ryan Seacrest. In just 1 week after your lunch, it seems the energy has lifted.
Yeah, quite revealing, huh? Quite revealing to the intentions. It's amazing how when someone is very wealthy, how people will throw themselves at that wealth despite what that wealth has done. You know, that to me is, you know, the root of all evil. We hear in the Bible a lot, like, money and corruption, all that thing. And it's so true. It's like money, like, it makes people do some really crazy things, illegal, criminal. And I'm just, that's just unbelievable. Like, even she called him her superior friend, right? After he was convicted. Like, why do you, with young girls, with your daughters as young girls, and this is your friend, knowing what he has done? How could you? Do you believe that do you think he is really dead?
I don't know. You know what, Pat? Patricia, I don't know anymore, because this is really weird. His brother says he is, because his brother says he saw the body. And then he's talking about Andrew's super sperm, and this is Andrew with a bunch of girls. Yes, because he was asking, there was an article that said that Andrew could have many children because of all the sex he's had and everything. What? And then how the Russian girl. I mean, you know what's really disturbing to me, Pat? Because I don't get to see very much in the chat while I'm showing stuff, but I saw some people making an excuse for Andrew. There is no excuse if the girl was on the floor and he's passed out or something. Clearly, something was done to that young lady. He shouldn't have been in all fours sitting there.
You have some super chats to mention. I think there were a couple. There was a couple stickers and one question.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dame. Yeah, I mentioned it already. Don't worry about it. I mentioned them already.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But Pat, I mean, what do you make of this? What do you make of this? Because I can't, for the life of me, understand what about it.
For me personally, Paula, I just think it's only a peek into a much bigger problem. That is what should be really revealing to people, that this has been going on for a long time. There is definitely a problem with people in power that feel entitled and protected, as you say. And I think that's why Andrew is out and about doing what he's doing, because he feels protected. He feels like there's no justice that will come to him. He feels as if he should even still have a better place. I hear he's trying to get another place, because the place that he is being moved to is only going to be temporary, because he feels like it's not up to standards for him. What?
And you know what? It's very interesting, because in the meantime, we also have Prince Harry with one of the lords that he was just busted in the trial. The newspapers really got him good, because he said he had never seen that report, a report that Harry was talking about and I introduced. Well, not only had he seen it, he had edited and co-written it.
I'm sorry, who? Harry?
Yes, he one of his witnesses that he had said that this is a lord, right, that's there, and he was asked if he had ever seen this Ocean's Blue report, right, that it was drafted, and he goes, oh no, under oath he swore and said no, He had never heard of it.
Mm,
Well, it turns out
okay.
that he drafted the thing. He proofread that thing. Also, another girl named
Mm.
Christine Hart. And
Well,
it's
we
shocking to
know.
me, Pat.
Yeah.
No, go for it. Sorry about that.
No, I was just going to say, we've already seen how Harry completely lies about what his perception is to the public and what actually happens behind the scenes from the emails from when they were doing Finding Freedom, where he talked about not having to say that he had anything to do with it. Like, he completely ousted himself as being a part of deception, like in that email. So we know he is very capable of doing things like this.
And did you see, Pat? Did you see with Jay-Z that he's been named now? Beyonce's mother has unfollowed him. Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian have unfollowed him.
Because of his connections to P. Diddy.
Yes.
Because he is, they say, worse than P. Diddy. I'm not surprised. Yeah. They had managed to really keep things kind of under wraps for a while with their threats from their legal, right? But yeah, even that is now coming out. Yeah, hey, the bright gets brighter and brighter.
And I just wanted to touch upon this because this is in regards to Prince Harry, because this report was shown to Baroness Lawrence, of Clarendon, the lady whose son was killed, right? So a researcher working for Prince Harry and other celebrities in their high court privacy claim has been accused of being untruthful in his evidence concerning a key memo. Dr. Evan Harris, a former Liberal Democrat MP, has been accused in court of being caught out after saying he had never seen a 2016 document about Operation Bluebird before evidence showed he had rewritten the document himself. The former director of campaign group of Hacked Off had repeatedly told the judge that he had never seen the report that contained details of a clandestine investigation into alleged criminality at the Daily Mail and the Mail on Sunday. I was not involved with this work, Dr. Harris told the court on Thursday under oath. Operation Bluebird is new to me. But it emerged on Friday that he had not only been sent the memo by Mr. Johnson, but had made significant edits to it. Anthony White, KC for Associated, said, I suggest you've been caught out, Dr. Harris, and the evidence you gave yesterday was untrue. You returned the document with substantive changes, with passages you had written afresh. It is not difficult looking at certain key passages to see the changes you made. He added, your evidence, Dr. Harris, on the points I showed you in the transcripts of yesterday's evidence was untruthful, wasn't it? And the guy still kept lying under oath to say, no, in spite of the fact that he's been shown the evidence.
Wow. I am just you think you know people, or you think you have an idea about people, and then something like this happens. Like, it just is so revealing, isn't it? So revealing.
But the whole point of it is, Pat, we're seeing Andrew horseback riding everywhere, laughing it up. King Charles literally smiling and waving at people go by like nothing is happening.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that they knew, or that the king knew this was going to be dropping today, or like last night? Wasn't it last night or this morning?
Oh, absolutely, Pat. They have known about this. This is why Charles, how
No. I know they've known about it. I'm saying that they knew it was going to be at this time. Like, do you think they should put out?
They've known.
That the press was going to release it at this time. Okay. I was wondering, like, what the palace would normally do. Like, should they put out a press release? Should they make a statement? Should they do something?
Well,
I think saying nothing is not good.
Pat, to me, I just don't understand how this man, Andrew's, allowed to be walking around. A judge has allowed a lawsuit to continue in spite of the fact that it violates at least 2 laws in the United Kingdom.
Right. I know.
Princess
That's
Catherine dropped by today at some sort of gallery today.
Yeah. I think the palace should definitely put out some kind of they should say something.
But what are they going to say? Paul Page got a threatening letter from Scotland Yard saying, if you talk about this anymore, you are going to, whatchamacallit, we're gonna prosecute you. You can't be talking about that. You know what I mean? So he was basically warned off by Scotland Yard.
Wow.
And the police has officially stated that the police has officially stated that they're not going to prosecute him.
That is what is so disheartening, like that you can engage in such horrible behavior and not have any consequences. But that's what he's used to. And I don't think William is going to tolerate anything moving forward once he's in charge. I think this is going to set a precedence that you have to nip things in the bud. As soon as they come down, like, you have to address it immediately. And that's just what has to happen. Andrew needs to be exiled. I think he needs to even leave the country. He needs to go to the Bahamas somewhere on an island.
Well, apparently he's complaining about the mansion that he was given because he's gotten a beautiful mansion inside the grounds. He wants a bigger mansion. By the way,
yeah,
Fergie is still living with him.
Oh, she is. So why are they saying all these things about her being homeless and she can't come, like she has nowhere to go and she can't go stay with Eugenie in her mother's in-law suite? And like, why? These are people that have some money, right? How in the world can she be homeless? I don't even understand that. That doesn't even make sense.
It is. You know what? I did a live yesterday, Pat, and I really firmly believe that King Charles doesn't care if there is a monarchy after he's done.
Yeah.
The actions that he's taking, serving halal food without warning people. So that means that every state banquet that you've had since he took over, or any public engagements, have been with halal food, which is Sharia law.
Right. Is it just an option, or is it
no? People are not being told. People are not being told. They don't have kosher. They only serve halal, so they don't advertise that you're being served halal food.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
And that goes against Christian thing, because that's very cruel, Pat. You literally cut the animal's throat and you let it bleed. They don't stun the animal to relax him or anything like that. It's pretty brutal. And Charles, why? He's the Christian king. His most Lawrence Vanderpost is the one who was his closest ally, literally taught him alternative religions to Christianity.
Okay. Yeah. And so he's but he's the head of the church, right? So isn't that a conflict of his duty as the head of the church? I'm just curious. I don't know how that works.
You think? Of course it is.
So he doesn't care? Like,
excuse me, sorry, I have this stupid cold. It is.
So he doesn't care. He's just going to do what yeah, okay.
And you know, like Lauren the Insider posted this thing because she wrote an email. Apparently she wrote an email to the Orangerie at Kensington Palace, and they told her that they serve halal meat. They don't advertise it.
Okay.
And none of the newspapers is talking about it. She had priests come she had priests come, like Anglican Church of England, coming over and saying what is going on. They're all really upset.
Yeah, because I guess that I don't know how that all works over there, but you have to, aren't you? You're supposed to be for the people. Like it should be all inclusive for all the people, but I don't know to what extent does it become where you're not even upholding what you're the head of part.
Yeah,
It's to me, I don't know how that all stuff works with the church
but
and
you don't
everything, but
see people of Islam following the customs of Christianity, or Jewish people following the customs of Christians. They will, if they were to
mm,
do something like that and serve something that's not kosher, and it goes to with
mhm.
Christians law, they would, you, that's unheard of. You will never see
Yeah.
Islam or Jewish advocating or following other religions traditions. You won't, Pat.
Mhm. You won't see it. Yeah. So I don't know. I just think like maybe what you're saying is true. I mean, he just doesn't care to see if there's even a monarchy after he's done ruling, because these things go against what his leadership is supposed to be doing. He needs to be doing things that are aligned with his leadership and what he is ahead of and over. And I don't think that that's what he's doing. I mean, he's doing something completely opposite of that. So I
But
guess the
Pat,
people are
don't
upset.
you
I
think
mean, but I would think. Hmm?
people don't understand? It has nothing to do. Halal is a Sharia tradition. It's a Muslim tradition. It's Islamic tradition. It has nothing to do with Christian followers or values or traditions. Charles is the head of the
Mhm.
Church of England, unlike the King of Spain, because the Church of the head of the Church of the Catholic Church is the Pope. But in this case, the UK monarch is the head of the Church of England.
Mhm. Yeah. So he should be doing things over the head of the Church of England. Those things that align with that.
Well, I can tell you that the priests that came and talked on what, and there are all kinds of priests. You even have the former Queen's chaplain who was talking to her, and they're all very upset because they don't inform you, Pat.
Mhm. They just do it. They don't need, yeah. It's interesting.
So
I,
it is. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen to Andrew? Because he doesn't seem to be worried. What do you think is going to happen to Harry?
first of all, Harry thinks he's coming back. William is going to see that that's not going to happen, because we know he's still trying to get back, right? Harry is going to find a rude awakening, a rude awakening when he tries to go back. I think that at this point, we're going to see some things that are pretty unprecedented when it comes to the royals, only because this has never happened where such degrading images have come to light from a previous prince. Um, and I think it sets a precedence for the other royals that are behaving badly and poorly, that it should not be tolerated. And that's what you have to do. You have to immediately, once you see wrongdoing and rebellious behavior happening with certain family members of the institution, you have to immediately make consequences to it, because the only reason why someone like Andrew is going around taking photos or having photos taken while on horseback and smiling and or whatever, just showing himself out and about, la di da, is because he's so used to no consequences, used to being able to find a way to get around whatever it is. It's always been a way to overcome scandal. And I think he thinks this is just another one of those instances where they have to work to overcome the scandal. But I don't know that he understands how bad this is, that there is no overcoming this. This is like the end of the road for you. And so, like, once again, it is a precedence for anyone behaving in such a manner that looks like it is going to threaten the future of the monarchy. And so Harry, for all intents purposes, should definitely be shown that he will have consequences as well if he ever tries to come back into the royal fold. This is not, it can never happen for him now moving forward. because of what he has done, what has happened with Andrew. I think there has to be a hard line to what is accepted and what is not accepted. There's no trying to overcome with positive PR and trying to make right by things that happened years ago. No, you did it, you pay for it, and that's it. Go live your exiled life like what they did to the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Be gone with you. You're gone. And that's what has to happen, you know? Otherwise, I don't know how the people will tolerate it that are paying their taxes for this monarchy. Like how do they feel about it? What do they think about it? They are the ones that should be setting the tone for, you know, what the prince or the king needs to do. Because I don't think the king is going to do anything else. You
I
know,
mean, it is
I
quite discouraging, Pat, because you have somebody. Well, the thing is, though, and I always said that people kept saying, "Oh, when Charles becomes a monarch, he's going to stop meddling. He's going to do this. He's going to adhere by the Church of England and blah blah blah." Right? A 70-year-old leopard doesn't change his spots.
Yeah,
He doesn't.
And just, I mean, I almost have to question even the king's judgment and associates, right? Like what we were talking about earlier. Like, don't you know what your friends are doing?
And we have Harry and Meghan Markle. We have, wait until the emails with Meghan Markle's name when she says, oh, she's going to be Princess Meghan come up, just like Sophia. Because Sophia of Sweden is on record saying when Meghan Markle and Harry left, you know, she went on record and said, well, I'm not going to make Meghan Markle's mistake. I'm not leaving the blanket of security of the royal family.
Yeah. So you say there are emails that are going to come out with Meghan and what she has talked about?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're the thing with Meghan is just a matter of time. Huh?
So what do you know about that, Ms. Paula? Those emails with her?
Well, they're going to come out. I've actually, you know that I've been very upset because Sunshine Sachs, has been locking me out of X because of posts that I put and literally just sharing my link to YouTube videos that has to do with Meghan Markle and yacht days. Those are the only one. I didn't say she's a yachter. I didn't say anything. I just said, go watch my video, blah, 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 for disclosing private and personal information without authorization. How can it be when it's a public article?
Yes, that's very interesting.
Yes, they locked me out quite a few times. And the last one that they locked me for was for Harry, when I jokingly said Harry's gay. But not even that. I showed a video of it, but I didn't, you know, like they locked me out for sharing private and personal information. Not defamation.
Wow. Right. That's so crazy.
Yep. And I've been locked out quite a few times. And then when you appeal, they just sit on it. So people think that X is fair game and everything. X is no longer that. And it isn't only happening to me. It's happened to everybody who talks about Meghan Markle's yachting past.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I know that there's a lot of connections that I know that you have talked about with Meghan, and that the connections are there. We just don't have the photo proof of a lot of it, but the association of the people is there. And I'm just curious to know, like, when will we get to see the photos?
Well, there's a photo that I commented on, and I said it, but I didn't say it was her. I said that body looks familiar, right? I didn't say anything else. I said that yachting body looks familiar. Immediately locked out for whatchamacallit, okay, here, I'll show it to you guys.
I was going to say, show us the photo.
Yeah. Hopefully you can see it because here. This one. This is thanks for your appeal. You appealed one post. The Claw and Epstein picture looks familiar, and I hashtag Meghan Markle. So they accused me of let me see if I can make it bigger. I don't know if I can make it bigger. Can I make it bigger? I'm not, I hate that I'm not very techy. But this is one of the appeals, right? Because I was complaining about it, and I said, this is what X sent me, like appeal locked or suspended account, right? And then that's the one. Let me see if I can get the other one. No, it's a video here. The Claw and Epstein. Can you guys see it? The Claw and Epstein picture looks familiar. Meghan Markle, thanks for your appeal, right? And then they did another one. It was still the same because they literally just sat on them, and they wouldn't do anything. And then this is another one. Unbelievable. An amp. Filthy. Meghan's racy past comes back to haunt her. It was just a matter of time, wasn't it? Literally, that's all I said. And I posted the link to my YouTube video. That was locked because, and that had to do with her yachting days. Meghan Markle's 2002 wall yacht party in Thailand. Here we go. And this wasn't from April 30, 2024, Pat, that I posted that tweet.
Okay.
They're literally They're literally going through everybody's post that talk about Meghan Markle yachting. Because I said this, I posted this tweet back in April 30th, 2024.
Okay.
So that's interesting. We're talking 2 years ago.
So she's still somewhat being protected.
Oh, yeah. And this is the one that the latest one. Prince Harry and his boyfriend should have stayed quiet. Here's just for giggles. Remembering your good old times, Harry. And I tagged because of Dr. Sophie. So I actually tagged him with when he was in Namibia. That is actually on YouTube.
Wow. There's a lot of connections. I just know that.
But X is protecting them. X is protecting them, Pat.
Yep. Yep. There is a lot of connections.
They are going through everything in regards to yachting.
Yes, they've removed the obvious photos, but when you go through the friendships, the circle of friends, the tagging of friends and their friends, there is a connection that you can piece together, which shows that there is proof that they did remove a lot of the photos to remove evidence. But if you're thorough and diligent in piecing it together, you will find it. We saw the one photo that you showed me with Corey when they were in where were they at? In Canada?
In Toronto. They were at a lake, they were at a river in Toronto.
Yes. And that was during was that 2016? That was like before.
Corey Vitiello's current girlfriend, who the mother of his children, was besties with Meghan Markle and best friends with Marcus Anderson.
Yes. And like that was really shocking to see that those photos existed of them on vacation together during a time when she was already had met Harry, I believe, at that time.
Yeah.
Like there was, let me see what the date was on that, because I don't know. I'm just in so much disbelief about how you can do so much but yet find so little. But then if you really look, it's there. So that it's like there's this higher power that is protecting certain people and images. And I think part of that has to do with Meghan's boldness and how she has treated the royal family because of what the buy-in has been to protect her. I think it emboldened her to do what she did. Like, we all know the things that she's done against the royals, but I don't know. It's just,
there's a lack of humility from her.
Yes, that's exactly right. There's lack of humility. 1 second. And then the news article, or the gentleman that there was a podcast of someone that met her, did a movie with her that talked about the guy that she met. It was in March. It was like much sooner than what the official version was.
Oh yeah, Christopher Polahan. He was in the Dater's Handbook with her. Meghan Markle, he's on that podcast. And he says that Meghan Markle was complaining to him about, that she didn't love, that she never loved Trevor, that she married a man she didn't love, and that she was living with a man she didn't love, which is her fiancé, Corey Vitiello, at the time. And then he said, just break up with him. And then she texted him in December and said, you're right, I'm going to break up with him. And then in February, she wrote him a text saying, in February, I've met someone. And he said, that was fast, right? And then he said that she went silent. And then on October 31st, 2016, she texted him again out of the blue and said to him, today there's going to be an article dropping, which is about me dating Prince Harry. That is the man I met in February.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
And I'm going to show you, this is the picture, guys, for which I was told that I can't look. This is the picture. This picture is in all the newspapers. This is from the dump from Jeffrey Epstein's. So I said, the claw looks familiar. Right? That's what I said on my X post, Pat. That's it.
Oh, okay. And then they took it, they removed you.
They said that I was exposing public and private information.
Interesting. Look at that.
You know what I mean? It is very interesting, I must say.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. What do you think though with what's going on with Meghan and okay, we know what's happening with Andrew. First, was there anything else you wanted to reveal about Andrew before I transition into?
Well, no, I mean, I am just worried because for the life of me, Pat, I don't understand how King Charles be outside smiling the way he is. I can understand Andrew, but Charles, he's really not taking this seriously at all.
Yeah. Do you think that he'll give in to the wishes of Andrew and not wanting to be at
Pat,
Windsor or the estate that he is?
Pat, would you be worried? Would you be going out horseback riding with your friend, laughing, making sure that the world saw you?
No, not at all. That is very concerning. Why? Why?
Just like Harry and Meghan. Like Harry's going to speak at a seminar for AI censorship or whatever, for censorship that they're going to do. This is a man who literally violated the royal family's privacy.
And his wife called the royals racist, and which did a lot of damage to the royal family. And now they're just trying to sweep it all under a rug and see how they can come back, at least for the summer. But I think that's going to be the first step to a permanent comeback to England, because we know that that's what the goal is, right? Right, Paula?
Yes, Pat. Unfortunately, that's what it is. That is literally what it is. But I'm just sickened by all of this. I'm so disheartened because I am a monarchist. I do love the monarchy. You know what I mean? So this is a hard thing for me to understand. I'm just going to show the Instagram post, Pat, that we were talking about, Corey's new girlfriend or whatever. Her name is Dragonette, or her post. This is Meghan Markle, Marcus Anderson, and this is Dylan, which is a famously known boy yachter who used to post on X. Meghan Markle, are you available? This is in Burley Falls, okay? Are you available for yachting this week? Are we going to Croatia? We're going to Sardinia. So here they are, the three of them, Marcus Anderson, Meghan Markle, and this is Dylan. This is Dragonette that they spent the weekend, and Dragonette now is the current girlfriend of Corey Vitiello, and she's the mother of his kids. And this was, I don't know, 548 weeks. How long ago was that, Pat?
How long ago was that one?
Yeah, it says 548 weeks. I don't know when that was.
Oh, let's see.
And I agree with Caribbean Queen. Those situations make me really miss the Queen. Yes. Yes.
That was back in 2016, November 6, 2016.
She was already with Harry.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She was already with Harry. Harry, November 6th, you said? Harry put out that statement on, when was it? Leave my girlfriend alone? On November 8th, 2016. Because Camilla Tominey dropped the article on October 31st, 2016, that Harry was seeing this actress. And then the almost straight out of Compton article came out on November 2nd. And then Harry on November 8th, 2016 posted, I'll leave my girlfriend alone. And Meghan on November 6th is in the rapid falls. By the way, this Dragonette woman was there with Meghan Markle and Marcus Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
And then now she's with Corey Vitiello. Isn't that something, Pat?
Mm-hmm. It's all very shocking, I must say.
It's so incestuous, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to tell you, Pat, but what do you make of all of this? What do you make of Meghan Markle's return to the United Kingdom? What do you make of the security? Oh, sorry. It says, I didn't see the bottom. For some reason, the bottom of the picture says July 27, 2015. Okay, for some reason, it's not. For some reason, the time is not appearing on my channel. You know, it only appears weeks.
Okay. So when was that Caribbean wedding that they all went to?
Jamaica?
Yeah.
17th, February 2017.
So that was in February in 2017, a year before the about.
The engagement was in November 2017. In 2016, November 8, 2016, Prince Harry put out a statement saying, don't be racist towards my girlfriend because somebody mentioned that she might be at a condom or close by.
Oh, well, I don't think that's being racist, saying that someone's straight out of Compton.
Almost.
I don't think that's racist at all. Because if you know where she lived in Baldwin Hills, that's all over in that area. Like, yeah, it's the truth. Like, why is that so considered racist?
Well, according to Meghan, it was. Don't you remember she said
racist? Yeah, because she's the racist. Yeah, ask Serena Williams if that's racist.
Okay, do you want to hear him talking about Meghan Markle? This is Christopher Polaha, okay? When he's talking about meeting Meghan Markle, and you guys be the judge. This is from his mouth, okay? This is not me making this thing up or anything like that, okay? This is him here. And you're going to hear him here.
And then in October, I get my
Wasn't she married before?
She was. I liked her. I had a great time with her. We had fun. Yeah. I think she's cool. She's whip smart.
Did you think this woman should be a princess?
Awkward pause.
She's going to do well. Wasn't she married before?
She was. She was married and she had been divorced. And then when I met her, she was dating this guy in Toronto that she wasn't that into. And I was like, why are you dating a guy you're not that into? Like, you just got out of a marriage you weren't that into. Like,
yeah,
go be free. So she texted me and she's like, I took your advice. I broke up with the guy. I'm just
Now I'm free.
Footloose and fancy free. And I was like, good for you. And then our movie aired in February. And then in March, she's like, hey, I met somebody. I was like, that's quick.
She just said I met somebody.
Yeah. She's like, I met somebody. And then radio silence until October. And then in October, I get my last text from Meghan Markle that she was like, the news is going to break today.
Yeah.
The guy that I met is Prince Harry. I'm like, holy shit. And she's like, I'm bouncing. I don't think I cleared the friend list. I didn't vet.
Okay, so it was March of
Well,
2015.
it was at the beginning of March, the end of February, beginning of March, because he did
Okay.
another interview, but I don't want to play all the interviews because he did another interview and then he found out because he went back to the text messages because when this guy asked him, he didn't really know the date. But then he did another interview with 2 other women that you can find. I'll send it to you. And then he says, I actually look at the date because he still has the text message, right? And it was
Uh-huh.
at the end of February, but he was thinking because it was around the time when they were doing the promo for when the movie came out, right?
Okay, yeah. Okay,
So
interesting.
it wasn't July or anything like that. And according to Megan said to him, I met someone and now the news is going to break that the guy I met, when I told you I met the guy, because he hadn't texted him. So Meghan Markle was texting everybody, Pat, telling them watch the news, was that she wanted people to know.
Yes, she wanted people to know. And the photo that I was referencing was December of 2015, the one where they were on vacation. So that was before.
Oh, you mean when they went to Iceland for the wedding? Yes, Megan was with Corey Vitiello
This
there.
one.
That's them. That's absolutely right, Pat. They were on a holiday, and and if you go to their friends' wedding, because their friends' Instagram, and you scroll all the way down, you'll find there that they saw 2016. They said goodbye to 2015, and they welcomed 2016.
Okay, yep. So yeah, because this was right at the end of the year 2015. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, Meghan Markle was in Iceland with Corey Vitiello because it was Corey Vitiello's friend's wedding.
Okay. See, it all fits together. It all fits.
But this woman, I swear to God, Pat, she has. This is the thing that really bothers me because I'll show you the picture here. This is the wedding. I have the picture here. I'll show it to you right now. This is the picture that they have here. This is in Iceland, where she was a guest of Corey Vitiello. She went there as his fiance. That's them in Iceland. And that's Megan getting the picture.
Yep.
So, I mean, it is actually, but what do you think is all going to happen now? What will happen when emails in regards to Meghan Markle start surfacing? Because I was told that there's quite a few between Epstein and Meghan Markle, because we know that Sarah Ferguson lied when she said she only met Meghan Markle at her wedding because she never met Meghan Markle before, in spite of the fact that she was with Meghan Markle in February 2017 at that Jamaican wedding. She was there with Eugenie and Andrew.
I think a lot's going to be revealed this year. I think this is the year that, because there's no going back to Hollywood. Like, Hollywood is pretty much done for Harry and Meghan. And so what they do this year is going to be very telling to their future, because that chapter is over in America. It's either Meghan in America alone without Harry, or trying to really plant a foot back into the royal circle this year, which I know she doesn't want to do. But I think it will look like she's doing it, but it won't be authentic.
What do you mean by that?
I think she'll create a lot of problems for William and Catherine on purpose. I think Meghan will do that. I think she will come back with a vengeance because she'll be so resentful of having to step back into the UK for Harry's sake, that she will make it a nightmare for Harry and for the royals. She will not show up with humility and well wishes and goodwill. She's not going to be happy about that. And
Hmm.
so I see that's how I feel about it.
And for people to understand this thing, because Meghan Markle has very different accounts. Okay, this is the Instagram post that Meghan posted on July 1st, 2016. Right? She posted swooning over these. She has this light blue dress. Remember what she said when she did that interview after she got married, showing her wedding gown? Oh, I put a piece of the blue cloth a piece of cloth from a piece of the material from our first wedding, from our first date. I was wearing a blue dress, right? You can see it, but it's not true because we saw that Harry in Spare said that Meghan Markle was wearing jeans, a
Yeah.
black sweater, and everything else. But she posted this, right? Supposedly, according to the narrative, July 1st, 2016, she was on her way to meet Harry. It was a blind date. Nobody in the world knew about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yet, she posts these, right? Swooning over these. London, peonies, spoiled rotten. Jem Vaughn says, I wonder if these were from our prince. Jem Vaughn is still an account on Instagram that is a ghost account for Meghan Markle, in my very humble opinion, because Jem Vaughn responds immediately. I wonder if these were from our prince. How would she know?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in the world knew, not even Meghan knew that she was meeting Harry. So how did this Jem Vaughn person, I think Meghan wanted the world to know that she was dating a prince. And instead, she got Corey Vitiello angrily calling her and saying, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. So we will see what happens. We will see.
But what do you predict? What are your predictions, Patricia?
No, I just think this is going to be a very defining year for a lot of things moving forward with the royals and with Meghan and Harry and their future. I think Andrew and the Fergusons, their life is going to take a drastic turn for the worst, and it will set a precedence for Harry and Meghan only because they have shown themselves to be rebels against the institution. And we see what has happened to those that were rebels and who have been busted and caught with the nefarious relationships. And it will get much worse for them. I just don't see that this can be a good thing for Ferguson, Andrew, or Harry and Meghan for that matter at this point. Not when something like what has come out about Andrew has dropped. I think that puts disdain on anybody doing anything that will besmirch the name of the royals. To beware, you will be treated with very harsh authority around anything that is looking like a threat to the monarchy. I just think it's going to be very different.
I hope that, yeah, I don't know, but the fact that on X they were locking accounts, posting things about Meghan Markle's yachting past is quite worrisome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it will come to light. I mean, imagine, look at how long these emails were out before they came to light. It won't be hidden forever.
You think?
No.
What do you think Harry will do when he finds out that it was all true?
He's already starting to see things. It's already starting to reflect his what do you say? His aha moments are coming much more frequently. Like it's starting to be revealed much more to him. And at some point, full clarity will set on his stupidness. Full clarity will
Well, I
set
think Harry's gonna have a mail. I think Harry this is gonna push him over the edge because
it's going to push him over.
one thing is for him to know it privately, suspect it, but a different thing will be to see it in an email in black and white.
Yes. So yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. But let's see what the king does. Let's see what the king does in terms of trying to withhold the standards of the monarchy, because you cannot overcome this and not do anything. I think something has to be done more harshly. So we'll see.
Thank you, Victoria's voice. You cheated on me with PDina, but thank you.
Hi, Victoria. I will be putting out a video later today. It'll be quite late in the UK, but later today I'll be putting out a video.
What is it about today?
You know, I wanted to really talk more about the Andrew thing, but then also there was an exclusive that came out about Harry and Meghan's Archwell Foundation, like the things we had already been speaking about.
The one that we exposed? Yes, I know. Isn't that something insane? Now they're saying it's an exclusive investigation.
Yes.
No, we talked about it and they're being investigated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
yeah, it's terrible. Well, thank you for coming, Patty. Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys, and you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Beautiful
for all the super chats for Paula. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.